Well, let's go to Moscow and bring in Sergey Markov, a director at the Institute of Political Studies. Sergey, welcome to this News Hour. Appreciate your time. So Russia has admitted that dozens of its soldiers have been killed by Ukraine. How's the military going to answer for this massive loss of life?
There are some discussion about who is guilty for the death, as Russian Defense Ministry claim officially 63, but estimations that probably this will be increased to the 100 kill Russian soldiers. Now discussion who is guilty, how the strategy, the tactic of the living and sleeping of the soldiers should be changed, because it was attacking against sleeping soldiers. It was in the middle of night. And but at the same time, I want to say more important thing, it's not this casualty, because it's normally happen, every month. Such kind of losses happen from Russian side, and every week such kind of losses happen from Ukrainian side. The most important and extraordinary, it's not losses of these Russian soldiers. The most important is that information attack of Vladimir Zelensky, because Vladimir Zelensky, his special information was he is public relations specialist. And he wants to occupy this empty information space during the long vacation, because New Year and Christmas. That's why we can see information attack mostly important against Russian society for undermining trust of Russian
Sergey,
society.
Sorry for having to just butt in there, but you talk about the most important thing is this information campaign from Ukraine. But it's rare that Russia even reveals loss of life. And one would think that the families of those Russian soldiers who were killed would not be happy about hearing a line that it's more about the campaign coming from Ukraine, because it's their children who were killed. It's somebody's son, father, husband who was killed while sleeping because of misinformation during a war, which is also what has drawn so much criticism in Russia, which is also something that's rare to see.
No. Of course, for families, it's tragedy. It's some of the people from the Samara region, and there are a lot of concern in Samara region about this. I should repeat, Ukrainian authorities and United States of America intelligence service, who is behind them and who is running them, want to create a uprising in Russia. They want to create a protest movement in Russia, first of all among families of mobilized. That's why the executive stress, not that Russian soldiers have been killed, but Russian soldiers from this last portion of mobilized civilians have been killed. So it's political information operation. And most of the Russians believe that we'll get information from the military authorities. And also, there are no military censorship in Russia. That's why we have a lot of media information, so-called military correspondents, who is giving a lot of information about what's happening. And this big contradiction to what happened in Ukrainian side, because in Ukrainian side we have totalitarian society and full 100% military censorship from the march, and it means that Ukrainian family has no chance to get information about such kind of casualty. But on the Russian side, there are no military censorship; it doesn't exist.
Well, Sergey, I would imagine that in times of conflict from both sides, there would be a particular narrative being reported to the public and to the world. But we do appreciate you speaking to us and giving us your analysis live there from Moscow. Thanks, Sergey.